everyone, Happy New Year! I hope everyone has had a wonderful holiday season and is ready to get back to normal life, or as normal as it can be. I'm Griffin, and this is Stitchin with the Griffin number 21. If you're new here, welcome. This channel is mainly about my cross stitching. I do some embroidery and some hand sewing when I have projects available. If you're a returning subscriber, hey, welcome back. Glad to see you again. I'm happy to see everyone, actually. Sorry about the glare. I'm having, I think that's an outside light. Right there. Anyway. I'm a little dingy. I rang in the new year stitching. I went from dusk to dawn, stitching my little heart out and working on 4 projects. It doesn't look like I did a whole lot on them, but yeah, there was some work done. I have 2 projects coming over from 2024. If you watched my end of the year video last night or yesterday when I put it out, I had already finished. I'd done a page finish on one and just added a little bit more, on another, and then I have 2 starts for the year, to start the year off. So it was my new year, new starts. So let's start with the one that I had the page finish on. Oh my gosh, sorry people, I had to take a nap and I'm still a little ugh. Anyway, this first one was my focus piece for 2024. It is called the Map of Middle Earth, Middle Earth Map by Ankicoleman Designs. This is the official map for picture for them. I do have another one that I like to use because it's more of a close-up, but basically the same thing. I am doing this on 25 count even weave. The finished product will be roughly, the stitcher's just 320 wide by 240 high. So however it comes out on here, it comes out, because it only goes a 22 count on the front, and I have a 25 count even weave. So pardon me and any sucking noises you hear. Anyway, having issues. This is what it looks like. Now, at the end of the year, that little square wasn't there. Everything else was there, but not that. This is what I did. That's 100 stitches. That is 100 stitches right there. And so all of you fellow travelers of mine, see how far we've come in a year? That's quite a bit. We're all the way over here, and then we've got, I think this is a 5x8 grid. Each page is 5 squares by 8 squares, something of that. I know it's 8 squares down anyway, and then it's roughly 5 squares over. This year I am going, instead of going in rows, I'm going to go in columns, just to kind of break it up for me and for you as well. So we'll be traveling up and then coming back down, or however, somehow we're going to be doing it. And according to this, we have just entered, let me get the close-up map. We are, see if you can see it, right over here by the A and the N in this area here, and we're going to be coming down on right on the other side of this little mountain range. And we'll be down here around these words down here, which you cannot see. Yeah, they're pretty faded out even on the stitching, and I think that was because this is a knockoff of the Tilton Crafts Realm of Middle Earth map, and so they did something to try to avoid the whole copyright thing. I didn't buy this from Ankicoleman. I bought it from somebody else who apparently bought it from them. Anyway, yeah, so that's that. Looking forward to getting at least 2 more page finishes this year. If I can, I'd like to do maybe 3. I'm not exactly sure how many pages goes across, because the page arrangement that I have does not fit the pages. Anyway, it's a bit of a mess, but I will figure it out. I will figure this out. So just please continue on with me, fellow journeyers, and we will continue to map out the Middle Earth, the realm of Middle Earth. Now, the next one that I have, that's a carryover, I call it Farm, it's called Nursery. This is DMC Creative World. It's a kit. I want to say it's from the 90s. I cannot find any information out about it. I have not seen it on eBay or anywhere, so I am not sure. I believe I got this from a thrift store. I think I did. I've slept since then, so I don't know. But here we are. I started with this happy little lamb, which is basically the center. Moved down to the dog. Got that done. Then I moved over to this fence, this little fence post here. And now at the end of the year, I was about here. And then last night I started moving into the border section here. My plan is to come down to, down into here, then come across and fill in the goose and go from there. So this is what it looks like now. You can go back to yesterday's video to see what it looked like then at the end of the year, but here we are. This is the border. I am stitching this in hand. It is 18 count Aida that came with the kit. I do not think this was the original, because on the other side of this, it says it's screen printed on here, but there's nothing screen printed on here. So, I'm pretty sure that's what I did, is I got it at a thrift store, because it does not have, it's not coming fully equipped. But, I mean, I think I did pretty well on that. And that blue is really beautiful. So that's all DMC colors. Map of Middle Earth is being stitched with DMC colors. Now, I have 2 new starts. The first one, hey Sarah. Sarah from the Northwood Stitcher is hosting a SAL along with other people from her channel. This is a good reason for me to be on Instagram, because this is what I'm doing. This is a long dog sampler called Cardinal Points. The designer is Julia Line. It's being produced by The Gentle Arts. I started right here up in this corner. And this is divided into 6 pages. And they very nicely printed them front and back. So it looks, it's all nice and neat. I'm using the called for threads. And I am using white generic Aida in the 18 count. Because at 18 counts, this is going to be 225 by 225. There's my start. And that is a very, very pale dragonfly. And I'm glad it's being done on this black so that you can actually see it. And I'm using the call for Gentle Arts thread, which I have never used before. But here they are. Yes, I know I shouldn't have them in a plastic bag, but I have a cat, and I don't want her getting it. I don't need her eating it or tearing it up, because those were not cheap. Now, my last new start for the new year is a big one. I like full coverage, folks. I really enjoy full coverage. And that is this one. This is Charting Creations presents the Magic of Books. And I actually purchased this from them and had, if you saw it yesterday, my video yesterday, I did do a, this was part of my plans, and this was all together. I have taken it apart so that I could get the chart out, because it's all in a book form. And I am doing this on 18 count Ada natural that I bought at work. It's just a generic. It's a big one because I wanted to make sure I had enough. It is 100 DMC colors, and it is 350 wide by 437 high. At 18 count, it's going to be 49.39 wide and 61.67 high centimeters. I don't know what that is in inches, but it's going to be a decent size. That's a decent size. Now I know why people have scroll frames to handle all this fabric. When I'm able to financially afford a scroll frame, I will be putting the map in a scroll frame, because that fabric is all over the place. I mean, I'm stitching it in hand, but I had to take it out of the hoop because when I moved the hoop over, it warped the threads. It warped all that. And so I just took it out and I did that little square in hand. Not the easiest thing in the world to do when I've got all this fabric balled up in my lap, but it is what it is. Now this one is my little start. This was the last thing that I did, and was falling asleep while doing it. Can you see that? And that coverage is actually really well for this size. That's 2 different colors of blue. And if I had this in a scroll frame, I would be doing what's called stitching in the well, because the fabric would be like this. So yeah, and it's helping to keep the fabric clean. I'm still stitching in hand, but the way that I stitch in hand is I grab from underneath well, right now I'm grabbing from the side, but as I come down, I will be lightly pinching the back to help with tension and drawing the thread snare. When I can, I will do a demonstration of how I do it. I know there's different people that stitch in hand that may or may not do it differently. It's, your own preference as to how you do it, I'm sure. I started stitching in hand during COVID, and I use hoops for small stuff that I need to make sure I have good tension on, and sometimes I will use them on big things. I definitely use them on my embroidery, because that fabric needs to stay tense all the time. This fabric is pretty stiff, so it's going to keep its shape and help with the tension. I mean, it's been helping with the tension very well. On all of my, well, I can't say everything. On all but map, I am doing 2/1 full cross. On map, I am doing 2/1 tent stitch, half cross. And I don't have any problem with doing any of them in hand currently. The only problem I have with map is that because it's got all that fabric, it's a little hard to keep wrangled up, and it doesn't want to stay folded or anything like that, so I'm going to have to figure something out now that I've got it out of its hoop. But yeah, those are my projects going in. Now, today is Wednesday, right? I think today's Wednesday. If it is, and I plan on doing a video every week as much as possible, then on the months that have 5 Wednesdays, the middle week, I will be doing smalls. And I got some generic, what is it? Some generic Ada in white to do smalls with, and it's a 22 count. Yes, it's a 22 count. So they're going to be very small. But that will help give me a break from the bigger projects, and keep me going fresh after that, because I'm not going to be doing that often. But that's about it. Those are my plans. Those are my starts. Those are my carryovers. Want to thank everyone who is here. Now, I was supposed to put some stuff in the description box yesterday, when I did the video, and I totally forgot, because I was so excited about getting stitching done for today. So I am going to shout out a whole list of people, and then I will put them in the description box below so you can go check them out. Please give them at least a couple of seconds, give them at least a minute or two to check them out. And this list is not in any particular order. It's just ones that I was watching last night, and except for Mad Morty and the Brom, I've been watching their entire Flossmas. I love their Flossmas. I love them. I enjoyed watching them. So, of course, it's Mad Morty and the Brom. Hey! There's Sarah, the Northwich Stitcher. Hello! There's Harpy Stitch and her wonderful husband. She didn't do a Flossmas, but she did do an end of the year video, which I love her videos. Hey, guys! There's the Okie Stitcher. Hi, honey! I didn't... Let's see, who else? There's Stitchman Darcy. He's got some really good stuff going on. He's dyeing fabric and designing charts. Morty is also designing charts. She has not started dyeing fabric. I'm not sure if she will, but she is doing she has some great stuff out there already, charts out there. And if you're in the UK, she is a distributor of the Witchy Stitcher needle minders, right? You'll have to ask her about it. There's the Runner Stitcher. He's, I'm not sure where he's from. I just started watching him a couple of months ago, but I was watching him last night. There's Jo, the Stitchy Cat Lady. Instead of doing a cross-stitch advent calendar, she did a Star Wars Lego advent calendar, and it was awesome. She's also done an end of the year video, so she is very much worth, and she has some beautiful little fur babies, so you should go check her out. There's DNA Geek Crafts, the Monogamous Cross Stitcher, Christie's Corner, Brandywine Stitches. Yes, Brandywine Stitches. I just found her, but I am going to go back and watch some more. Stitchin at the Cabin, that's a mother-daughter duo. Daughter has a baby, and baby comes to the cabin so they can stitch together sometimes. There's Gary Sly, S-L-I-G-H. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly. I enjoy watching his. Now, he does some very nice historical, educational, documentary type videos about all kinds of handcrafts, especially those that are fiber related. There's a Random Stitcher, Caterpillar Cross Stitch, Stitching by the Store. Can't say that twice. Stitching by the Shore, Christine from Stitching in the Burrow, X Stitch and Chill, Rosanna Bright and Dusty, Dark X Stitch, Stuart in Stitches, Stitching with My Little Lee, which is Kayla and Lauren. Hello, ladies. Stitching by Twilight, another one it's pretty new for me. I am not sure. I am going to go back and watch some more of that one. The Redneck Bifocal Stitcher. Man, I can relate. Comfort Stitching and Buzz Stitches. Those are all fun. Now, if you are easily offended by a foul mouth, especially the F-bomb, or if you do not like watching people drink alcohol in front of you, then I would suggest not watching the Stitchman Darcy. He has no filter on his mouth. He is fun. He is engaging. He's not necessarily rude. he just likes to cuss. He says the F word a lot, and he doesn't care. And but he hasn't been imbibing alcohol as much, but still, the F-bomb just, there it goes. He has no filter. But he is fun to watch. He's got some great things. He just finished the Cheshire Cat, which was, I believe, a Heaven and Earth design. Beautiful, beautiful. Love it. But yeah, that's everybody. I'm glad you've made it this far. If you have, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, ring the bell if you need, if you want to. You don't have to. But I will see you on the flip side and hope you have a very wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week. See ya!